Have you been to Adelaide Music Hall yet? No. On Hindley Street? That's where Parkway is going to be doing their show.
Nah, Parkway's fucking entertainment centre.
Is it? I thought they were doing it at Hindley Street Music Hall.
Nah, fuck, it would have sold out in 11 seconds.
That's what I thought. It was weird that they were doing it there. They're doing entertainment.
Entertainment centre.
Yeah, right.
Pretty sure it sold out.
Yeah, it did. I'm going to need the fucking tickets.
Yeah. I think it happened fucking fast. So.
It did.
It's crazy because Perth, I went into work and everyone's like, yo, your fucking mate's fucking sold out thing in like 20 minutes.
The Melbourne show, I didn't even know it went up before they sold out.
Yeah, I messaged Winston. I was like, this is fucking nuts. And he's like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. He's like, I literally didn't think it was going to be this fast. I actually talked to Luke on the phone fucking, I think it was the day, or maybe the next day. And he's like, it's just fucking crazy. And I'm like, it's mind blowing that it's this big. Like when you see certain bands, you're like, fuck, it's all huge. But when you see the fact that they've not only got like the core fan base, which has been there for whatever, but they've got a new fan base with this new album and the theatrics of it all and whatever. And like, I'm a big fan of both. Like I listened to the fucking new album a while back. And I was like, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I hate it. Like, I don't know if I fucking love it. Like, it's one of them fucking things where it's like, but I know when I see this live,
it's going to be dope.
I'll fucking love it.
Yeah.
Because that's that band for me. I'm like, always when it comes to like listening to certain music, it's cool on CD and you drive your car and you fucking listen to shit. And that's the only way I fucking listen to stuff. Otherwise I listen to podcasts. And I listen to it and I'm like fucking thing. And then, but I listen to them and I've always just kind of, it's given me another fucking thing to think about how Winston's brain ticks. Like he's a very dramatic, like smart person when it comes to music. Like he's one of them overthinkers where it's like, when he's doing the fucking vocals and whatever, he's already thinking about what the crowd's doing. And then he's thinking about what the lights are doing and the fucking show. And like, I can imagine he was probably pretty good in fucking drama class or something, you know? Like he's
very theatrical, isn't he? He's
a full-on performer. And he's gone from being this like metalcore frontman fucking headbanging and whatever, where he's like the conductor of this ginormous crowd with a fucking backing track, with a fucking light show and fire and all this shit. So you watch and you're just like, this guy's like summoning fucking 10,000 people or 20,000 people or fucking 50,000 with those festivals. And you watch it and you're like, this is a live band. I think a lot of fucking records don't translate until you see them live, and that's 100% that new album. Because like even the fucking softest shit on it, I fucking watch the YouTubes and stuff. I'm a big fucking fan. Like they've been my friends for fucking half my life, and I'm still a fan. Like that, and that's what I've always found, and I've never really been like that about any band. But I think because like when I've gone through tough times and whatever, they've always reached out and fucking thing, and it's one of those things where I see them grow and whatever, and there was never, for me, because both bands were on the same trajectory at one point,
there was never a jealousy.
I never got jealous. I was always like, fuck, I just want them to win. And I'm still that. I'm like, when I'm messaging my fucking mates going, I cannot believe you're fucking selling this many tickets, it's because I'm fucking proud. Like you look at, and I'm living such a fucking different life and a different success with business and fucking whatever. But I look at their success and go, they're fucking survived longer than majority of bands do. They've had more success than any other Australian band probably since AC/DC, like as far as worldwide goes. And there's nothing going to stop them.
And they're a lot of people's greatest metalcore band of all time. Like, a lot of people would say that Parkway's the greatest metalcore band of all time.
I think
I wouldn't argue with anyone that said that.
I think without a fucking doubt. Like, I think there's definitely bands that have had great moments. I think they've had great albums.
I reckon Parkway had the best rise in metalcore, hands down, of all time as well.
I think so, because they came from...
Just loose units from fucking Byron Bay.
Yeah, and they're just surfers, and they weren't expecting to get where they were. And then also you got to look at all these fucking bands in America didn't fucking give them the tours, didn't give them the supports. They fucking went and did shit on their own. They funded it themselves. Everything was on their own. Like there wasn't the bands going, hey, you should come out and tour with us, fucking whatever. They were like, we're just going to do this themselves, like do everything themselves. So like headlining shows to fucking no one. So it's like you look at a lot of bands. They had the labels, they had the fucking booking agents, they had like a leg up because they were on the same agency as fucking Killswitch Engage. Say for instance, so Killswitch's manager would go, hey, I've got this fucking other band, fucking blah blah blah, and they've got to be the main support on this tour. Or they've got to come, this band's coming to fucking Soundwave Festival and they've got to come with it. Parkway never had that. And like a lot of Australian bands never had that. We never had that force of like what management would do in America. I always found it very fucking sneaky and fucking whatever. I always found like managers very slimy. And like, so that's why when I respect the bands that are self-managed and so forth, because they haven't got someone that, I don't know. I think maybe because there's always been the horror stories of this manager ripped off this band. They've done this. They've done sketchy shit. Like, yeah, I know. I see that kind of stuff and I'm like, fuck, just get on tours off your own fucking merit. Not because some cunt has said, oh, well, you don't get this band unless you get this band too. Like it comes as a package or fucking whatever. I think like where they just kind of did their thing and went, okay, well, we're now bigger than this band and we're now bigger than this band and we're now bigger than this band and now we're fucking headlining this festival where fucking the other days are fucking Metallica and fucking whatever. Like, and you look at like the European shit they fucking do. It's just like, yeah, it's just, it's one of those things where it's like, no one cannot look at it and go, fuck, like, not be inspired by that type of thing. Like, I think as far as like bands go and whether you're, whatever you are in music in Australia, you look at it and be fucking inspired and go, fuck, if I can get a tiny bit of that, I'm still very, like, say you become 10% the size of what Parkway Drive are. You're still fucking big.
You're making a huge living.
Yeah. Like say you're 10% what Parkway are. You're pulling fucking 2,000 people or 1,000 people. You're still, if you've done shit right and you've not handed over fucking big publishing, big management fees, big booking fees, fucking whatever, and you're pretty DIY, you're gonna make some fucking money.
That'd be a huge trap that a lot of young artists in like any fucking genre would get fucked over by. They'd have this talent, some dirty little sneaky cunt would see it and be like, oh, sign this, and they getting 65-70% of revenue for fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
And then they're fucked, rather than just... A lot of people, though, these days can do it on their own because of social media.
Yeah, and...
Social media is the best fucking publicity of all time.
If you can reply to emails, you can talk the talk, you can manage your own deals, you can manage money and whatnot. What's stopping you for doing a job that you're going to pay someone 20% or 10% of that you can do yourself? Fair enough, it's time and fucking whatever. But Luke gets up, he fucking gets on his fucking computer, does what he does through the day, depending if the surf's good. I'm sure if the surf's good, he's fucking changing his day around. But you do all this fucking stuff, like does all this stuff himself. And I believe like when they were going through their fucking issues with each other and whatnot, and like the end of the day, that comes down to who's doing what and whether it was jealousy or whether it was, I've never actually, like, when they did the DVD stuff and whatever, or the Netflix thing, I never like went, oh hey, like what was actually the root of all the problem? I never, and like they
I haven't watched it.
yeah, they go into certain things and whatnot, but like the root cause, I never was like, why the fuck he is fighting kind of thing, or why he is disagreeing or whatever. But I think they probably went, okay, maybe we need a proper manager, and then went, or maybe we don't, because if it's not broken, why fucking try and fix it? Like, you're going to give someone else all this fucking money,
and they're
like,
talking 10% of what they're earning is
you're making
a lot of money.
You're giving someone a fucking beach house if that's the case. Like, I don't. Long time ago, I stopped knowing the extent of their incomes or whatnot, but they've definitely been probably. I don't highly doubt there's many more successful bands financially ever in Australia, because they've been fucking smart. And what other music genres never had was the pandemonium of merch sales.
I was going to say merch in hardcore, in metalcore, in any form of rock music, merch.
It's a fucking uniform.
It's like my mate James Conahan, who's fucking your biggest fan. Like, he cried when you came on my podcast. He loves you. He fucking has the most obscure band shirts. He's got like bands from Lithuania with 6 followers, and he'll have their merch.
Yeah, well, and that's the support of music. You want to support someone, you buy the shirt. It's the only. I feel like music, and it's only certain genres too, because rappers, no one's going.
They try and fucking have alcohol businesses.
Yeah,
and shit.
like it's not like you go to a fucking Cursor show or something and every cunt's wearing a fucking Cursor shirt. Highly doubt it. You go to a Parkway show, everyone's wearing a Parkway shirt.
Like 95% of people.
Yeah, and then the only other thing that's like sports teams, ginormous. It's like you go to a Crows game, you go to any sport, they're fucking, it's obviously selling fucking crazy amounts of merch. But metalcore, punk rock, and certain things, like DJs aren't doing that. I'm telling you that.
No one's wearing a Fisher shirt.
No one's buying a Fisher shirt, like, unless it's fucking something, a meme on it, and it's funny. Like, I'm sure he sells fucking tens of thousands of merch, but I don't think he's doing $100,000 worth, like, or more. I literally think, like,
I heard they made an astronomical amount at, was it Knotfest?
Yeah,
On the merch, I heard they fucking killed it with merch at Knotfest.
Yeah, I have no doubt and like I talked to Jed about and he does all their merch, and he's fucking busy all the time. And like, I'm always like, fucking, he's like, oh, they fucking, this came in. And,
he does all their merch still.
Yeah, so like he does all the online store shit. So like, I always like, oh, I was trying to get shit. Like, I'm like, if there's any skateboards or stuff like that, because I like putting the skateboards on the roof and stuff like that. But he's like, yeah, fucking this amount of boxes is showing up fucking this week. They've got a 20th anniversary of these shirts and stuff like that. So, like, obviously online store shit is ticking. And then you hear, like, about Knotfest, and like they say there's fucking 30,000 people. There's a chance you're going to sell fucking a certain amount per person that walks through the fucking door.